The idea for this video came to me earlier today, and I decided that I'm just going to do this totally unscripted. Okay. I was going to like write out this huge script for it and overthink it and turn it into some perfectionistic thing. And you know what? I've decided I'm not going to do that. Okay. I'm going to give you guys three simple things that you can do to find out if an INFJ male is interested in you for dating in a relationship. Okay. Now, before I give you those three things, there are a couple quick things that I want to say. Let's just roll right into this. The first thing is there are no right or wrong answers. This is totally open discussion. I'm just sharing this from my perspective, from one INFJ to another person, okay? That's the first thing. So let me know in the comments what you think about this, all right? I really want to know. But the second thing I'll say is that the exception doesn't disprove the rule, okay? Every INFJ is different and every person is different, but INFJ men have commonalities in how they operate in the dating and relationships world. That is a fact, okay? There are commonalities. There are also subtle differences, and then there are always exceptions, but the exception doesn't disprove the rule. So I'm not coming at this from a perspective like that I know the gospel truth. I'm saying that I'm an INFJ guy, and I know how INFJ guys are. This is how we are, and there might be exceptions, but generally this is how we are. That's all I'm saying. Okay, but from an open-minded, no right or wrong answers perspective. So let's talk about this. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments. Let me give you these three things now, and then I will let you go. All right, so the first way to find out if an INFJ male is interested in dating you or possibly for a relationship, and I realize that this might seem overly obvious, but nonetheless, it is a statement of truth and fact. If you want to find out if we are interested in you, directly ask us. Now, hold up a minute. I know some of you out there are going to be like, what? I have to approach him? Look, here's the thing about it, okay? INFJ males approach dating and relationships differently than other men generally do, okay? The INFJ personality type as a whole is a rare personality type. We often buck trends, okay? We are often lone wolves. We go our own way. We sail our own course. We push against the grain or whatever the terminology for it is, okay? We're different. So doesn't it make sense that we would approach something like dating and relationships at least somewhat differently? That is definitely the case with INFJ men, okay? Can an INFJ man approach a woman? Absolutely. Yes, we can approach you. Okay. Will we always approach you if we want to? Absolutely not. There have been a lot of, girls that I have wanted to approach and I never did. And the reasons why I did are not necessarily the traditional reasons that one would assume. It was not necessarily because I had anxiety or because I chickened out. Okay? INFJs are using a cognitive function called introverted intuition. This is a subjective function. We form connections and meanings and patterns in our mind and see possibilities about things, and it's subjective. It's personalized to our own experience. So the reason why we might reject someone or not approach them, the reason for that, it's as infinite as the stars in the sky, and it's subjective and it's personalized to us, and it may not make any sense to you or to anyone else. Guess what? That's just the way it is. All right. We are that way. She could be attractive. She could be nice. She could be kind. She could be friendly, approachable, all those other things. But something about our intuition told us not to approach her. And so we don't. So if you are interested in an INFJ man and you want to find out if he is interested in you, approach him. The second way to find out if an INFJ male is interested in you or not is to, after number one, approaching him, number two, ask open-ended questions that are, here's the key, not the typical, traditional, normal questions that you would ask every other guy that you're talking to, and they should be questions that will play into his introverted intuition. Now, let me explain. Usually, not always, but usually the typical question, hey, what do you do for a living? Where are you from? INFJ guys just aren't really stimulated by that, okay? Ask us something about what ignites our passions, what is meaningful to us in our lives. The NF temperament as a whole, which is also known as the idealist, that is the INFJ, the INFP, the ENFJ, and the ENFP, that whole temperament, the idealist temperament, we are known as the hopeless romantics, okay? And we do tend to idealize and romanticize situations even unrelated to dating and relationships. But NFs, we operate from our heart, okay? So if the person has a job that directly correlates with the life mission and the purpose of their life, then asking them what they do for a living might be a good lead-in question. I think the NF temperament as a whole is going to be much more interested and much more impressed with a question like, what are you passionate about? By asking an INFJ man what he's passionate about and what moves him, you are jumping through 50 hoops all in one, and you are able to gauge from him a lot sooner whether or not he's going to be interested. Pay attention to his body language. Did his face light up when you asked him that? Did his eyebrows raise? Did he start talking at length before he was an introvert and shy and was awkward, and now all of a sudden his extroverted feeling is in zoom acceleration mode, and he is sharing with you what motivates him and what excites him in his life? That is an excellent indication that he could be interested in you because you asked the right question. All right, so the third and final way to find out if an INFJ male is interested in you or not, and this one is going to take a bit of explaining, so stick with me till the end of the video. We're almost done, okay? You need to follow up with the INFJ male, but here's the thing, you don't want to follow up with the INFJ male in the typical traditional sense that you would follow up with someone else. Go to Google and type in, how long should it be before I follow up with someone I'm interested in, right? How long should I wait so that I don't come across like I'm needy? Look, forget all that stuff, all right? If you go out there and read all that stuff, what you're going to find is that people are going to say anywhere between like 1 to 3 days or something. Look, none of that matters with an INFJ man, okay? Here's what matters, all right? Do you want to call us? Do you want to talk to us? Are you interested in us? Then follow up, okay? Follow up immediately with us. If you walk out of a bar after finding out that an INFJ guy was interested and you said, I will call you, if you feel like calling him 5 minutes later, freaking call him. Now, here's why I'm saying that, all right? Do INFJ men want needy people? No, nobody likes needy, attention-seeking, overly codependent, enmeshing, clingy people. Nobody likes that. But what an INFJ male is interested in, perhaps above all else, is not playing games, all right? We don't like games. We don't care. Because besides that, as INFJs with introverted intuition and extroverted feeling, we see through the dramatic games anyway. If you're playing games with us, if you're trying to, deceive us, we'll see that. And of course, I know that not all people are like that. And yes, I've had my heart broken. I think all INFJ males have had their heart broken. By no means am I saying that all people play games or that they're that way. I'm saying that for those of you out there that think that playing games is going to work with an INFJ, you're wrong. We will see through it more often than not. So if you're interested in us, if you want to date us and you've been told that you have to wait a certain number of days, if you go like 3 days after like indicating interest, and you saw us that night at the venue and you were like so interested, and then all of a sudden you ghost us and you spend 3 days and then you don't call us, we might just lose interest because we'll see that as a game. We'll see that as you were following some traditional advice out there that somebody told you to follow. No, tell us what you want. Speak your needs. If you're interested, let us know. But of course, come across in a way that says, look, I really like you. I'm interested in you, and I would like to go out. Don't push us, but make known to us what your interests are. We will appreciate that. We will make it clear. If an INFJ male, after you go through those 3 things, tells you that he is not interested in you, say to him, okay, well, if you change your mind, let me know. I would like to get to know you, but if not, I understand. And then respect his boundaries and give him his space. All right? That's all you got to do. We are straight up about this. All right? That is how you tell if an INFJ male is interested in you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Again, there are no right or wrong answers. There are always exceptions to the rule, but this is the way I see it, and I want to know from you how you see it. Thanks for tuning in. Talk to you in the next video. Take care.